time for the Straight Up Wrestling Show.
Oh, it's running? Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. All right, we live now, man.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's HBT with the Straight Up Wrestling Show. I'm here with Christopher Burke.
People's Podcast.
You know who I am, HBT, with my man Teo. Wrestler Teo. This is a wrestler right here, one man army.
Yes.
PWF, Jonathan Hargrove, guys. We are here in Harris Teeter, man. We are in the bar. We are in the location where you can drink, do
Talk
your thing.
trash.
But yeah, we've been in here for a while, guys, and we just wanted to come on for a little while. We've been talking wrestling, so we just been basically talking about a lot of other things, random things here. So we just want to come on and talk a little bit with you guys and see how you guys out here doing, and hey, so you all can get involved with what we're doing here. So
yeah. I mean, we just been here just chewing the fat, talking to sheesh, and that's it, man. Just hanging out, just fellas, like-minded minds, just talking wrestling and life. That's all we're doing, man. That's what we're doing.
Goodness sake.
Thinking of a master plan.
Pick up your phone right now. I want you to go to my page.
Oh, yeah.
Do not put the link. Go to my page and go and share to the Straight Up Wrestling Show page. You always share the link. But like I said, y'all go to y'all pages if you do share everything. But yeah, so guys, look, I know some of you guys may be out there watching TNA. A lot of you guys maybe not. But hey, Straight Up Wrestling Show is here to, hey, talk to you guys a little bit about wrestling. And I know a lot of you guys may have seen AEW Dynamite last night. I didn't see it. I don't think Christopher Burton saw it. But I heard it was one of their best shows. So did you watch it last night, Taylor?
I did.
What about you, John? Yeah, what you think about the show?
I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the, like you said, more well put together shows.
Right.
It seemed like they put a little more effort behind this one. I'm not sure why, but I mean, it started off hot. Ospreay comes out, and your Ospreay match you would think would be middle, maybe end of the card, but they kicked off the show with Ospreay, and I liked it, man. I enjoyed the whole part.
Cool. Yeah, I definitely wanted to watch that a little earlier today, but it didn't get a chance to watch it. So I'm gonna have to go back and check that out myself because people said it's like the best of the year, but the year's young, so we'll see how everything goes from there. But I hope they continue to go up, continue to build themselves, man, and get everybody involved. I mean, get everybody involved as far as their old fans, bring back some of their old fans because they definitely can do it as long as they're putting together great matches. It can be done, man, straight up. But Chris, what are you doing? Are you watching are you checking out any comments or anything like that?
I was trying to share it, man.
Did you share it?
Yeah, I did share it.
On my page?
Yeah.
Over to,
Matt Savage is on Facebook, man.
What's up, Matt Savage? Yeah, this is CMW PWF, guys. That's we're all involved in that. Christopher Burton, myself. This is the upper management of that. But you do have some performers here. Like I said, you got my man Teo, one of the best up-and-coming wrestlers in the Carolinas and Georgia right now. So we got Teo in the house. We got the one-man army in the house. And like I said, we got Jonathan Hargrove, PWF, the promoter for PWF. And Christopher Burton and myself, hey, director of operations. And I don't know what you are.
I'm just here.
I'm just here.
And shout out to the Carolinas champion, Max Savage.
But Chris is head of public relations, guys.
And Scout. Head Scout, head of public relations. So we don't just do podcasts. So anybody out here that think we do podcasts, we don't just do podcasts. So we just want to let you guys know that. So like I said, Teo watched that last night, and we got a show coming up ourselves, guys, on the 22nd. TV taping, Edgewood Community Center in South Carolina, but 96 South Carolina, in the Greenwood, I think, with Greenwood County. Greenwood County. So we will be doing that. So we do that too. Me and Christopher Burton will be doing some commentating there, and hopefully we get some other people involved. But we have a lot of wrestlers that's going to be at this show, and man, we're going to put on a great show. So anybody in the upstate of South Carolina, you definitely want to come check that out, man. But as far as wrestling today, there's a lot of things going on in wrestling today, but we want to get it. We want to make our own mark out here as far as us wrestling. We don't want to be any kind of copycat league. We want to do our own thing, and we want people to be really get invested. We want to be able to write the storylines where we can really get invested in the storylines, get invested into the characters that we're going to be bringing, and that's the way we're going to do it, guys.
All right. We got Lucas on the bill. Lucas, he's on the chat.
Yeah, what's going on, Lucas?
Yep. And we got Christine Saucy Girl.
Christine Saucy Girl, what's going on? How you doing?
We got our man Braden on too.
All right, Braden Rochester, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. So there's people on right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
all
everybody's
right.
on, and but yeah, hey, so Octavius, man, one man army, whatever you like to be called. How did you come up with this partnership with your man John, man? Let's know about how that came about.
All right, so I said last year, around summer of last year, a friend of mine, a mutual friend of mine, they got in contact with me, telling me to meet up with John, the promoter of Palmetto Wrestling Federation. And we had met up, we talked, very like-minded, had the same goals, same things we weren't trying to do. And so for me being in the game for a long time and he just starting now, I was like, okay, this is my way to give back. So showing him how to run a promotion, showing him not to make the mistakes that I have made in the past that I've learned from over time, and just help him get him where he needs to be. And then eventually it ended up becoming more than just a partnership, it actually became a friendship. And so doing that, it also shows a representation of brotherhood that is lacking in wrestling today. So, like I said, my way of giving back, helping another, is give him my knowledge, what I know, give it to him, pass it on, and work together, and so we all can grow. Because everybody has the same goal, everybody has the same objective. Everybody wants to be at the top, but there's plenty of things to do out here. So why not help each other out instead of going against each other? And so this is a prime example right here.
No doubt about it. And we all in the same area. We're all in Greenville. Hey, and there's enough for everybody to eat. But hey, coming together is the better thing to do. And man, we coming together, we doing some special things. So hey, be able to watch out for that, because you guys are going to be able to see it on a couple of different platforms outside of just seeing this right here on the internet, guys. So we're going to be doing some things on some other different platforms. So be ready for that. And as far as Straight Up Wrestling Show, hey, we just now did something, but we did it on our man's Spotify account, and we're going to be looking to go in other directions as far as so you guys can just listen to me and Chris and maybe whoever else that we have on. We can go and do a lot of audio. So be able to look, be looking forward to that. No doubt about that. But guys, look, man.
You've been looking over this light, man. What's up? Oh, you looking at that?
I'm looking at the basketball, but they play basketball.
Hey, Christine Saucy, your girl's up here whooping up, man.
Oh, she knows. I know she's watching the game.
She watching that. She watching that.
All sports.
Yeah, she watch all sports, man. And I love my New York Yankees hat, man. My Yankees, I've been rocking them boys since '93. So, hey, no need to jump ship now.
Okay, Super Bowl, is it this Sunday?
This Sunday, man.
This Sunday, okay, Super Bowl. How many people going to be watching Super Bowl?
Man, you jumping on the bandwagon, man.
Well, I've been an Eagles fan. This is my second favorite team.
Let me guess. McNabb.
Of course.
You ain't know.
Well, look. I'm Panthers and Eagles fan.
No, you want to know.
No,
I'm doing Harry kill me with that.
No.
Y'all gonna have two teams, man.
So we can do that. We can do that.
Man, you either one or none. I don't know what these y'all kids in school.
Look, this dude right here, man. He loved the Philadelphia. He loved the Philadelphia Eagles. He loved the Philadelphia 76ers. But he don't like the dog. This joker do not like the Philadelphia Phillies. So now what's up with that?
Man, the Phillies ain't been nothing since '84.
Look, man, hey, if you like the Sixers and you like the Eagles and you like the Sixers, you like the Phillies too.
I pick winning teams, man. That's why I ride with the Yankees.
Now that's a loser right there.
Man, they did better than the doggone Phillies.
But they still ain't winning no.
They was in the World Series this past year.
That is true. I'm talking about before that.
Yeah, they was out second round.
And when Chris teams don't play, when Chris's teams don't play, when his team's not playing in the championship, his team don't make it to the playoffs, so they get knocked out. He don't want to watch the sport no more. Miami Hurricanes lose. He don't want to watch
because I'm one and done. Look, I invest all my energy.
Team is out.
That's what I do. I invest all my energy in that one team, and when they out, I'm done.
That's ridiculous.
I'm done.
That's ridiculous. Why in the world did when Hulk Hogan lost his world championship, first time he lost his world championship, why didn't you just stop watching wrestling? Since you was a huge Hulk Hogan fan.
He got you with that one.
You should have been like, look, my man no lost now. He ain't winning. He ain't got a championship.
Wrestling predetermined.
When Ultimate Warrior got that title, no, hey, you didn't know that. You didn't know that back then. Back in the day, you didn't know that.
I know it was real blood. It wasn't ketchup. I know that. It was real blood, not ketchup.
All right, I want to ask everybody, man, and everybody here. I'm like say, hey, we all different age groups. I'm older than these guys, but Chris is in his 40s. Taylor is the youngest here. You got one man army is in his 30s, and these two in their 30s. Okay, everybody. Okay, Ric Flair. My favorite wrestler before Ric Flair. My favorite wrestler used to be Ricky Steamboat until he brought his wife into the ring
and his kid.
And I changed.
But
it was always Ricky Steamboat, and Ric Flair. But I like Ricky Steamboat better. But Ric Flair is my favorite wrestler of all time. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time, Christopher Burton?
My favorite wrestler of all time, I have to say The Rock.
All time?
All time.
Well, let's go with Octavius next.
Can I have more than one?
Oh, they do.
I know first one. Now we go.
I would have to say for me, that would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
It's tough because you took mine.
What do you think I got my moniker?
You can say
for,
Rock.
man?
You can say Rock. That's fine.
That's what I got my moniker.
Tell
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, hey, he's great.
Yeah.
So look,
WrestleMania.
The reason look, Ric Flair, I've never seen anybody with that package like that. As far as having the ring ability, having the promo skill, just being a showman, somebody that as soon as you see them walk out on the floor, all eyes in the room is going to go and check that person out. I've never seen nobody in wrestling, that charisma. I've never seen anybody in wrestling.
Woo!
Exactly. No doubt, brother. I've never seen anybody have that. And that's all the way from, when I first started watching them in the 70s, all the way up to now. Now it's a whole different ball game with him. Of course, he's always been, womanizer, drinking all the time and doing all that. But as far as wrestling, he was wrestling. And to me, he's the most imitated wrestler that I've ever seen in my life. For sure.
But Mandel, boy, that's real Nature Boy.
Shut up. But definitely not Nature Boy Buddy Rogers or Nature Boy Buddy Landale or whoever else. There was one other wrestler, man, that was very popular. Adrian Street. He called himself Nature Boy at one time. But these guys, man. Nature Boy Ric Flair. You could go, and I'm talking about you can go all the way up to the guys that I saw in the WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, back in the day. Everybody took from Nature Boy Ric Flair as far as anybody that pretty much blonde their hair, all the way down to Hulk Hogan when he first started. I remember Hulk Hogan first started in '79. He was acting like Ric Flair. He was like a big Ric Flair. When what's name first came into WCW, Triple H, he had the blonde hair, doing all the stuff, the same thing that terrorizing, same, he took off the Ric Flair. Now you can't. Now Superstar Billy Graham. Now, I do go with Superstar Billy Graham, and I look at what he was doing. Now they all kind of like Ric Flair took away from Dusty Rhodes too, but
Rick wanted to be like Dusty.
He wanted to be like Dusty, but Rick brought it into like in '74 and '75 when he took on the whole persona. When David Crockett and George Scott gave him the whole persona, he took it to a different level. Then I saw Superstar Billy Graham and all those guys. Dusty Rhodes up his game. They all up their game to try to be like Flair, but Flair was trying to be like Rhodes at first.
Yeah. Now Hogan has said and gone on record and said,
"What's that now?"
Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George was something else, man. Gorgeous George was actually the first showman in wrestling.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. And so Gorgeous George. Without Gorgeous George, we wouldn't have had a Ric Flair.
Right.
Anybody that we wouldn't have had a Shawn Michaels. We wouldn't have had those guys. But, everybody else was. Back in the day, they just was wrestling, man. But Gorgeous George came out there. Yeah, he did all that stuff. But yeah, he was something else, man. He was something special. But yeah, that's the reason why he's my favorite. Why is The Rock your favorite?
Rock is my favorite, man, because his charisma, man. Like you said, he took it to a whole nother level. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and he actually was, you know, when he started out with the Nation of Domination, you know, that's when his personality really started to show. Because before then, when he was rocking Maivia, he tried to, you know, give him something with his dad and his grandfather and make it into him, and they were like, be happy all the time and all this, and it wasn't real.
Him.
It wasn't real him. But when he told Vince, like, hey, look, just give me 3 minutes on the mic to say what I got to say, and you can do whatever you want with me after that. And he got him that 3 minutes. Begrudgingly, Vince gave it to him, and he was like, okay, kid, you got something.
Right.
You got something. And then he grew it and nurtured it, and he became who he is, man. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Yes, I've watched every episode.
I have not watched every episode. I've watched plenty of them, and it slows me down. I'm going to tell you why it slows me down. Like I said, Rocky Soulman Johnson, I loved him, especially when he was Sweet Ebony Diamond in the Mid-Atlantic Championship area. He used to come around here and everything. You know, we used to see him. You have a good one, brother. All right. We, you know.
Eric, Dallas, Texas.
Hey, definitely. 100%. 100%. Great guys, man. Great wrestlers. Yeah, Sweet Ebony Diamond, man. Rocky Johnson, Soulman Johnson. I love that guy, man. And to me, at that time, he was the favorite. I mean, I still say to this day, he's the best black wrestler I've ever seen. Even though Tony Atlas.
I was about to say with Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas is the best. I mean, complete. But I'm saying, as far as Rocky Soulman Johnson, the only reason he don't get it is because he got blackballed from the industry and didn't wrestle a lot after that. But
you see why? Would you watch the episode?
I know why it happened. Yeah. But I'm saying, but look, I lost a lot of respect for him after watching this Rock stuff, man. I'm like, what in the world's going on, man?
But you know there's some truth to it, though.
It's true, man. Yeah. The thing is true. I mean, I'm looking at why did his son and his mom grow up poor? Rocky Soulman Johnson made money, man.
Back then, he was.
But hey, had all kind of kids. I think Rock got like nine sisters and brothers. 9, yeah, 19. Could be 11. Not sure. I think it's 11 of them overall. I gotta give it all that soul. Wow. But because see, the guy used to be at the Greenville Auditorium, man, and he would be driving Mercedes, BMWs, and stuff like that behind the, he would come there. Yeah, he, Sweet Ebony Diamond, Rocky Johnson, he had all that money, man. So I'm like, and there was women, the women be back then. It was crazy about him, rubbing all over him and stuff like that. He was at like, look, I'm gonna go home to my wife and all that. And my brother used to work at the hotel that was down
What's up, man?
Bottom, and all those wrestlers used to come there, and he would go down there, and those women would come up there and he'd go to his room. Yeah.
So that's the one thing I did love from my process. Like, people don't understand the Mid-Atlantic was really live.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. What's the name of in Greenville? Crockett Promotions. Even though Charlotte was bigger, Raleigh was bigger, and Greensboro was bigger, Greenville made more money for Crockett Promotions in '82 and '83. They made $150,000 on ticket sales alone in '82. I don't know what that equates to now, but no, he sold it not 150,000. They sold 150,000 tickets in '82 and '83. Jim Cornette was talking about that. He said, Greenville made so much money for Crockett Promotions, but everybody, they packed out the auditorium every Monday night.
Yeah. That's why I feel like we're making a good choice with what we're doing because we're making headway. It's just been such a time. It's been so much time passed since that.
Yeah. And
especially on a consistent basis.
Yeah, all these fans that's in Greenville, a lot of these, of course, a lot of people passed away, but these fans are still there. Especially the ones my age, and then you have some in their 60s. And
just had one. Just had one.
Yeah, exactly.
All told him was here, Ric Flair. He was locked in.
I mean, I wish y'all. I mean, I know Chris was there, but when the Bond Secure Wellness Arena, man, when the first Bottle Center opened up,
third show.
No, that was the first show. The first show.
The first show was Janet.
It was Janet. I'm saying it was the first wrestling show.
Oh, yeah, first wrestling show.
It was the third show that was ever at that building. and it sold out 16,000 people, man.
Ridiculous, man.
And tell them how many people were. Everybody in that arena was walking around. Woo! You know, everybody was doing the Flair strut.
Because
it was just
Rick
flat out.
that was his comeback. His return, man. And that thing was
it was just flat out crazy. But
like there was one guy, I forgot where y'all was sitting, man. I think y'all might have been a section above me. Because I know y'all got y'all tickets after me because we was all working the pub.
Right.
There was this one guy about 3 or 4 rows behind me. Drunk as a skunk, boy. The whole time, from the time he walked in till Ric Flair left. I mean, he was just drunk off his tail, man. And that's all he kept screaming. And I was like, I mean, he wasn't even getting hoarse or that, just louder than anybody. I mean, it was like he drunk from that morning till the show was over.
only thing I can
and when Ric Flair came, did his thing, and then left, he was like, all right, I'm leaving. I'm out. He left. Everybody else was like, you good enough? He turned around and was like, and walked on. I was like, God.
It was like that. It was a great show, man.
Oh,
it was a great show that night. But that was
except when Hogan screwed Sting of beating Goldberg.
Oh yeah. But look, man, that right there was just I don't know. As far as crowd reaction, and I remember when CM Punk showed up at AEW.
Oh yeah.
And everybody talking about how great that was, and Chris was like, yeah, that's the greatest thing I've. And I asked him, I said, Ric Flair's return in Greenville or that? It's hard to debate, man. That's how that thing with Flair, man. That thing was incredible, man. You can't capture what on TV they captured it really good too. But man, if you was in that arena, it was.
But now I will say this. If AEW had packed it out like Nacho did for Greenville when CM Punk came back, it would have been neck and neck.
Yeah, it would have been.
It would have been.
It would have been.
For real.
It would have been.
But they only had the floor and one half of the arena sold out. So
yeah. It still was close. It was close to what Greenville did.
And I was surprised we were making that much noise because when he came out, I was like,
yeah, man, people just went
nuts.
Bonkers, man. And all the people that moved here, that were used to WWE and everything, they were just shocked. And they were stunned at what Ric Flair was saying. When Ric Flair at the end, he said, it's the best. He said, love it or, whether you like it or love it or like it. He said, it's the best thing, going today. And them people from New York, people from New York, New Jersey, things like that, they were saying, what in the world is that? Because they never had heard that. But everybody in the arena said it as he was saying it. Because, because we all knew it. Yeah, grew up with it. Oh, she did?
Oh, wow.
She was like, you can love it or hate it, you can cheer it or boo it, I'm still going to be paid, laid, made, and shade. I'm like,
oh, wow, okay.
Wow.
She did it on Raw? No, she won the Rumble.
Oh,
okay.
She did.
Right. I don't think I paid attention to it.
She was up there spitting like
that.
Oh yeah, that was her arrogance for showing.
And now she's on her 3rd divorce, but that's
Yeah, we'll get back into that. But, yeah, so as far as like say, so you telling us about why you like Raw.
Yeah, and then just his swag, man. The man coming out Versace shirts, man. Who was Versace? 500
now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, his arms too big, man. He can't fit in nothing else but a vest. So, I mean, his swag, man. And then what really the highlight that people still show to this day when he did that sliding people's elbow on the British Bulldog.
Oh yeah,
that's
iconic.
That's iconic, man. Just like when you saw Ric Flair do the 54 for the first time.
No, I didn't care. It didn't matter because it like I say, it was part of his game.
No, I
like,
use that too. I use that too.
What?
The 54?
But he called something else. Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was happy. I was happy that Flair used it. I was like, okay, that's cool. But man, I had seen people use it before him. Mr. Wrestling, Tim Woods had used it. It was people that Jim Brunzell had used it.
But nobody got it over like Flair.
Well,
I don't know now. You got it over.
It was really a great finisher, and a lot of people. Jack Briscoe used to use it. There's a lot of people that used it, and they was really famed for it. It's just Ric Flair was more famous than him.
Who's the dude that invented it?
Invented the 54?
the dude, fun wrestled me. The time that I spent with Austin learning that stuff, he had sent me. It might have been Buddy Rogers.
I think Buddy Rogers did.
Yeah,
I think he did.
That's who he learned with.
Yeah, but I mean, Ric Flair, he did it. I mean, nobody did it as pretty as he did it, but it was other people
He
that
made
did.
the move.
Yeah, he made it iconic. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of wrestlers who use the similar finishing move.
Yeah.
But it just takes that one particular wrestler to make it what it is. Cause say for instance, like I'm gonna prime example.
DDP.
DDP
with the
cutter
cutter before Orton, but everybody
associated with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You know, because another guy we also use the super. Well, super kick's is a common move now. You know,
or back in the day, they used to call it a savate kick. Because Stan Lane used to do that all the time, but he didn't kick in the head. He just kicked in the gut.
Chris Adams is the one they first started calling the super kick.
Yeah.
So Chris Adams.
But before that, it was like I said, savate kick.
But yeah, Chris Adams was spin that thing, so that's. They started calling it
talk
super
about
kick.
the figure four. It's just even the way the Flair puts it on. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the probably had the lower.
Yeah.
And then the way he works up to it to get.
He's so great at building up. Building up to it. And, I mean, knew it was coming. A lot of guys put you in a figure four. They did not do that much damage to you to do it. So he had a whole different flair to his game to be able to get you set up for that. But what we got on comments, Chris?
Let's see what we got here, man. All right. Christine, Saucy Girl. She said, the Yankees suck. And Braden said, glad y'all are working with Mrs. C. Rex. She's great.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of C-Rex. I can't wait to see it on March 22nd, Next Level Elevation.
Yes, speaking of, man, y'all need to be there at the show. We'll post the poster and everything and all that for you guys to check that out. If you're in the area, come on out. And let's see. Oh yeah. Christine Sauce said my lady Irish is putting a spanking on Stanford, 60-20 in the third quarter.
60-30 now.
Yeah, it's
Goodness sake.
Mac was in the building. Says greetings, gentlemen.
What's going on, Mag?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Mag?
And Christine Sauce says, Meg, evening, my friend. How are you? And Braden said, whoever is making those CMW show posters and match photos, they look amazing.
Teo.
That's your man, Teo, right there.
Appreciate that.
Hey, South Carolina Gamecock,
Here
right?
we go. Come on now.
Play ball up there.
That's right. He was right next to Trick Williams. Matter of fact, Trick taught him how to catch that ball.
Oh my God. Teo would have dropped every doggone ball again. And then Trick would have been like, look, Teo, this is what you got to do, man. That ball comes, make sure you take your eyes off the ball and stuff like that. Hold your arms up there. Don't catch the ball with your arms. Catch it with your chest.
And if you see the ball coming for you, run away from it. Run away from the ball, man.
Trick Williams, boy, five catch belt, matrix belt. I think he caught 5 passes at Carolina.
Boy, the greatest wide receiver ever, boy.
Oh, God. He might have caught 13. I'm not sure. I'm sure Braden got the stats on it.
Trick Willis.
Hey, boy, he was awful up there. I hate to say it. He didn't put him in the game, boy. I used to get pissed off. Who the heck is this dude?
About that Trick, boy. Oh, yeah, man.
It was Trick,
oh, yeah, man.
He tricked us with giving him a doggone scholarship. Now, in all actuality, I think he walked on. I don't think he was a scholarship player. I'm not sure. Ain't nothing wrong with
He got tricked in that situation.
Ain't nothing wrong with a walk-on player, man, because you got to make it as a walk-on player. So, I mean, he's an athlete.
That joke would come up to Run DMC. It's tricky, boy.
Just couldn't catch. But I mean, we had guys who couldn't catch, man, who made it to the NFL. Who was that guy we had, that speedster? He played back with Nick Jones and when Lattimore and all them played. He came from Jersey. He ran track.
It wasn't Farrell, was it?
No.
I know you ain't talking about Jefferson.
To my Alshon? No, that might be one of the. He got to be top 5 all the time.
Right, he's one of the best.
So that's an Eagle Super Bowl champion right there.
That's why I put his name out there. He got that rock on his
I say Alshon is probably our 3rd best receiver.
Oh
yeah, he's up there.
Shannon.
It's Shannon. No.
Sterling.
Don't you ever know him. You ever mention that name?
Uncle Shay Shay.
Not Shay.
Hey, he be on that red rock. Boy. He be on that red rock.
Man, that joke ain't nowhere near as good as his brother.
Man.
Yes. It's sad his brother got hurt, man. Had to shorten his career in the NFL. But that joke was the best. Yes, he was.
Max says, Christine Sauce, everything is good. How about yourself? Christine Sauce says, doing pretty good, man. Ready for the game Sunday. Christine Sauce said, hey, guys, the Mavs beat the Celtics if you're interested. And Mag said, Christine Sauce, he can't wait to get this win behind us. Whoa, man. Whoa. Now, wait a minute now. You ain't going to just walk in there and just get the trophy and walk out now. Hey, hold on now. Somebody got to get popped in the mouth, and it ain't going to be us. Hey, man, look.
How about a show people? Yeah, I got no elimination chamber prediction.
We don't know who's going to be in it.
I have no
We already know Cena in it.
That's it. Cena and Punk. That's it.
Yeah. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
Give me the whole thing so I can think about that thing, man.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and finish up these comments, and we're gonna roll with.
Christine Saucy said, Mag, LOL, pro wrestler Shady's in. Said, yo, what's up, fellas?
Yo, what's up, Shady?
What's up?
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
All right, Braden said, whoop, that incomplete pass. Talking about Trick Willie. Braden said, Trick says, catch it with the grass. Boy.
Yeah.
With the grass. Black Rain in the building, man, said, Chris go live after y'all lose Sunday. Man, why y'all, boy, I love y'all haters, boy. Keep it coming, boy. Keep it coming, please. Christine Sauce said, South Carolina women's basketball has a heck of a team.
Oh, yes.
Christine Sauce says 78-30, start the fourth. Matt says, I'm having a good time listening to you guys in this conversation. Christine Sauce said, fun listening, Mag.
I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you checking us out.
Man, but yeah, that's all the comments we got right now, man. But
okay, I'll take these. We're gonna go with your favorite wrestler, man. Not stunning Steve Austin.
You can say
Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stunning Steve Austin,
I'm
man.
about to say, he was coming out there with little Lady Blossom.
Yeah, so why is Stone Cold your favorite wrestler, man?
Oh man, so I can say this. When I first started watching wrestling, like with my uncle and my brother back in like 97, 98, the first person to appeal to me was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
Because it was something about his aura, his charisma, the attitude he had. Of course, it just whooping up, not only just whooping up on everybody, but it was something about it that I related to him.
Being country?
Well, but I can relate to him because of the defiance. It just take no prisoners, just do whatever to attain victory. It's just something about it, and it just
We don't want to punch their boss in the face.
hell, I want to punch my school teachers in the face. I used to get bullied a lot in school, so like this. Seeing that with his defiance and how he just going against the grain, against all the odds and everything, especially when he became champion, because everything held him down and he got to that point and became the top dog.
Right.
That motivated me, influenced me, and I was like, I can't take on the negative attributes, but I can say this: Stone Cold was a positive influence in my life, and also made me become a big wrestling fan, and then seeing Stone Cold and introduced me to everyone else, like the Triple H's, the Undertakers, the Bret Harts, Shawn Michaels, even down to Ahmed Johnson. And I used to be a fan of Ahmed Johnson.
You like Moose too, don't you?
I like Moose.
God, I knew it.
At first, I did not like Moose. But over time.
Yeah, but you like him because you like Ahmed Johnson.
No, it's not because of that's not because of that.
It's 2.0, man. You know it.
Purple of Blood was a good movie. He just never delivered.
A sit down powerbomb.
He just never delivered it.
Come on, man.
What else would you do? But yes, I am a fan of Moose. In the beginning, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I am a fan of Moose. But back to Stone Cold, like I said, he's definitely inspiration to me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, like, just define the odds to get to where he is, and just he's just that badass, and like, and then to give you that confidence, and like, you can take on anything, do whatever you want. So yeah, that's definitely was a big influence on me.
Well, you know, he definitely took it to another level, and I think if he was stayed around a little bit longer, if he wouldn't have got hurt, and maybe the politics, if it would have played in his favor, if it wasn't so many politics at that time, yeah, he could. Man, we could be talking about him as probably the best to ever do it. To tell you the truth, when it boils down to it, even Rock, even your man has he has a saying in this to where you can, as far as if you want to put on the Mount Rushmore of the most famous wrestlers of all time, you got to put Stone Cold and you got to put Rock up there.
A lot of times,
up there with
a lot of times too, everybody look at it from just the time. It's more so impact, because in a short amount of time, Stone Cold made so much of an impact in wrestling. It changed everything.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, you know how you talking about everybody emulates Flair. After Stone Cold, everyone's trying to emulate Stone Cold in some type of way.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So same way with The Rock. Everyone's trying to emulate The Rock because of the charisma. With the charisma, even just the style, the flow of his moveset and stuff. Like it just short amount of time, just the impact it made. So, but yeah, a lot of times time is not necessarily length of time. It just matter of impact.
Okay, I understand that. All right,
I'm sorry, but you lost me that.
I say my favorite.
Oh yeah,
my main.
John changed.
I'm sorry. Well, I want to say this though. I know this is debated, and this debate came up recently. We were talking about great black wrestlers or black champions.
That's one thing. That's one thing I want us to get together and talk about.
I want to mention this. This might be a controversial what I'm about to say, and I'm saying it right here on the Straight Up Wrestling Podcast. Bobby Lashley's one of the greatest black wrestlers of all time.
No, there's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Chris, I don't know why in the world you got that look on your face, but he is. I told you when we first
he let it sink in a little.
I know.
Look, listen.
I put him in my top 25.
No. How in the world can no?
Bobby Lashley in the top 25.
Look.
I put Coco Beware above him.
Oh, man.
Wait a minute.
Now, okay, listen. Well, look, this is what happened. When we first started Straight Up Wrestling Show, Bobby Lashley was the WWE World Champion.
He was.
Okay, now, you wasn't even watching it. He was on Raw, and he was devastated. You couldn't stand Raw at that time. And I could not believe it, because this guy used to love WWE so much. But he started listening to this podcast. Next thing you know, I come into this, could not believe it. This guy had so much vitriol and hate for the WWE. It was amazing. And Bobby,
you listen to Jim Cornette?
No. It's a show called it's Heels. I'm not gonna say it.
Show called show.
Yeah, but he got involved with these guys, and I did not even know, because this guy would call me about anything. Everything the time the WWE would have a show, he knew I wasn't watching wrestling. Harry, I got it. He would buy tickets for me and go down and we go watch shows. And and Chris up there laughing and joking and loving everything that's coming out. These guys coming out throwing daggone pancakes out and everything like that. I'm like, where's the syrup? I'm flipping out. And this crazy woman comes running around, man, hollering and screaming. I'm like, who is that? Nikki or whatever, Nikki Cross. He loving every single minute of it. You talking about the biggest wrestling fan ever. This dude was the biggest. Anytime we used to go to any wrestling shows, everything they did, he just thought was amazing. He never had any hate for anything wrestling. The next thing you know, he become this big, huge hater, and everything that the WWE does was just a crime, man. And Vince McMahon was Satan himself. I could not believe it. I'm like, listening to this dude, he acted like he wanted to jump through the screen sometimes when we was doing shows and jump on me, man. I'm like, this dude, when I would say something good about Raw, like Raw was good last night, and what are you talking about? This dude would just flip out. It was like, and look, I know some people may not like him, but this guy had, instead of Trump derangement syndrome, this dude had McMahon derangement syndrome.
He's strange, deranged.
Just flip out nuts. And Bobby Lashley was just destroying people as the world champion at that time. He was destroying people. And I'm like, man, this guy's incredible. And I told Chris, I said, he may be the best. I said, he keeps this up, he probably be the best black wrestler that I ever seen. Chris said, really, man? I said, yes.
Man, he was incredible. He was an incredible world champion, and they took it off of him. But he was an incredible. And for the first 6 months,
push the blood.
Yeah, the first 6 months that we started doing this, he was the world champion.
Okay. I put it to you like this.
Yeah. But you talking about the top 25?
Yeah. Okay, I'm putting it to you like this. If you take WWE World Champion Bobby Lashley versus TNA Bobby Lashley, which one's better?
Of course, it's gonna be TNA.
They're gonna be TNA.
He has more freedom.
Yeah.
They're gonna be TNA, but also to look at the caliber of wrestling he was wrestling back then in TNA. You had Angle. You had EC3, prime EC3.
So how do y'all even say that he was that good, man? Because the talent pool was not that deep in WWE.
It wasn't, but still at the same time too. We talking about not only tenure, accolades. He accomplished more than a lot of black wrestlers out here alone by himself. He don't tell it with the MMA
Look,
career.
I can say that that he's not the best. I can agree with you on that. That he's not the exact best. But you talk about top 25. What kind of garbage is that?
Hey man,
who are you putting up in front of this dude? I want name your top 10.
Hey man,
please, give me a top 5, dude.
Okay. I want to know.
Give me a top 5 right now.
Hey,
And then we're gonna go with John.
Coco Beware.
Come on, I put Coco Beware over here.
Coco Beware with 5.
Man, Coco Beware is doggone like another Rocky King, man. I don't want to hear nothing like that.
Yeah, man, chance for Kofi Kingston.
I will put D'Lo Brown over.
I knew it.
No.
A brother Powerbomb?
Hey, D'Lo. Hey, he got a bigger moveset.
Yeah.
I don't care if he got a bigger moveset. That don't mean that he's better, man.
Come on.
Book got to be top 5.
Yeah.
Definitely
top 5. Look, there are people.
Hey, I put. No, I can't. I'm
Hey,
about to go crazy.
Yeah, man, Marcus Carbone.
Stevie Ray. I was like, no.
There's people got more moves than Ric Flair, but that don't mean they was a better wrestler than Ric Flair.
Exactly.
So I mean, you don't come tell me because somebody got better moveset.
Better than Bobby Lashley?
Better than Lashley?
How you don't get MVP being relevant without Bobby Lashley?
Man, Bobby Lashley was, come on, man. MVP was before Bobby Lashley.
No, Bobby Lashley before MVP.
And he's keeping him relevant today.
I don't understand.
No. MVP had that IC title and that US title before Bobby Lashley.
Okay, man, who's your number one black wrestler? Let's go right back. Number one black wrestler. Who's your number one black wrestler?
Number one black wrestler? Number one, I would say Book. I give it Book.
You put Book over Ron Simmons?
I was about to say Ron Simmons.
Because you talking about Ron Simmons. You didn't. Ron Simmons got to be up there. I told you, Alex.
Ron Simmons, first ever black heavyweight champion.
He was, but I'm looking at the overall picture. Okay. Athletic.
Lashley might be top 3. I ain't gonna lie. Lashley might be third between them two.
Book would definitely beat Ron Simmons if you're looking at the overall picture of things.
More drops.
All right, then I would definitely put Ron up in there, number 2. Definitely.
You gotta go Bobby 3.
Got to.
He ain't gonna go Bobby.
It ain't too many people.
He gonna go put Kofi
Kingston. Forgot about Kofi. Forgot about Kofi.
I could put Xavier Woods in there if I want to be crazy, boy.
And we can't forget about Shelby.
We talk about athleticism, how we skip a Shelby. I was just about to say that. Like, what the heck? Like,
Shelby is criminally underrated.
Yeah, he is.
Criminally freaking athletic. Like, some of the stuff he can do.
God,
Like Shelby Benjamin.
Oh my God.
Mark Henry.
Oh.
Even though he might not have the greatest moveset, but what he done alone and the impact he made in his tenure of wrestling, he did make a huge impact.
And also,
I agree with that.
He ain't like he's just not invented nothing. Remember that spot he made where you do the slam and then roll back up? Like, everybody took that spot.
And people forget that Mark Henry was very athletic.
He cried about that actually on the podcast. He was like, he dead ass cried, but he was like, man.
100% Tony Atlas is the best black wrestler, and I know you guys don't know. You guys, like I say, you too young.
All I know
Tony Atlas.
I do know about Tony.
I know you know about him, but Tony Atlas from 1977 to 1984 was always in the top 4 wrestlers in the world.
He's still sucking toes to
Even with that flip.
It don't matter. Yeah, hey, all that stuff. all that stuff wasn't going. We didn't know nothing about that.
He said, I ain't know nothing about it. I was just watching the wrestling.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, ain't no alleged.
Oh, he'll tell you.
He's
Like
something
that.
posed, boy.
Taking pictures with women's
Hey,
I thought you were talking about like this man.
Oh, he's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. There's no doubt about that. But from 1977 to 1984, nobody in the world talked about wrestling without mentioning Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Andre the Giant, and Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas was always in that mix. If you talk about wrestling, professional wrestling, before Hulk Hogan, Tony Atlas was one of the top wrestlers in the world.
What about Ernie Ladd?
Well, he wasn't that good.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to say Ernie Ladd is the #2 black wrestler. Tony Atlas was good. What are you talking about?
With that one move, no, he just had the gorilla press.
No, but you have to look at it. You have to,
Like, when he was working with Rocky Johnson, who was doing most of the match?
okay, but
No. Now, as far as the tag team matches, Tony did let Rocky take
but
that.
before
Because Vince, they were so invested in Tony Atlas, they didn't want him in there doing a lot of work. If you go back and look at Georgia Championship Wrestling, go back and look at the archives and look at Tony Atlas singles matches. Tony Atlas went 60 minutes with Ric Flair 3 times. Tony Atlas could go. He could go. Very athletic. Drop kicks, man. Just all kind of things. He was a great wrestler.
By the time you get to WWF, they was like, we got to take care
I think you were looking at more from the WWE point, but I agree with, because I did watch a lot of Tony Atlas' matches from the time before he went to that point, and I can agree with Harry on that because I've seen that myself.
But now the only person I can really say, like Butch Reed, Butch Reed, like I say, if you didn't see Butch Reed, I ain't talking about the natural Butch Reed, the one that you saw. I'm talking about Butch Reed before that. I'm talking about the Butch Reed that was in Memphis. I'm talking about the Butch Reed that was down with Jerry Lawler and all them in Tennessee. And down in Louisiana with Bill Watts, who was the one who feuded with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He was Hacksaw Butch Reed, Hacksaw Jim. That's one of the best not just black wrestlers, man. He was the Apollo Creed of wrestling. Yeah. He was incredible. He was better than Tony Atlas. But he
always talk like he had a mouthful of rocks. Though.
But Tony, like I say, Alex wasn't really that great on the mic either. But the thing about
how Butch
sounded. But I'm just talking about as far as impact. Like I say, Tony Atlas, no black wrestler, never was on top like that. For like 7, he did it for like 7 to 8 years straight, to where he was one of the top draws in the world. And I mean, he was, like I say, nobody in the world talked about wrestling without talking about Tony Atlas. He wasn't just this other incredible black wrestler. He was one, like, when you think of a lot of other black wrestlers, you be like, oh, he's a black wrestler, like Ron Simmons won that first world championship. And I know you said, well, Tony Atlas never done that. Back then, they wasn't going to put no title on a black man. They just wasn't going to do that.
With all that adversity back then?
Yeah, not back then. They was not going to do that because they would have did it to Ernie Ladd. Ernie Ladd went everywhere, and he wore that crown. He didn't need it. King Ernie Ladd, he wore that crown, and he was the Mid-South. He became the first booker. He was back in the 70s. He was the booker. And, a lot of those white wrestlers who get mad and stuff like that.
What's it called? Watts.
Yeah, Bill Watts. Yeah, but he was Bill Watts' top booker.
Actually, hear that Bill Watts did a lot to take care of black talent.
Oh, he did. He the one who put the title on Ron Simmons. He was over.
He was over WCW at that time.
But yeah, he said yes.
But you couldn't come off that top rope though.
Yeah, well, he rescinded that after a few weeks, but still, that stained him forever. That when he stopped coming over off the top rope, he basically got fired up for that.
So it was just something in his mind where that wasn't wrestling to him?
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, he wanted to keep it on the mat.
Well, I'll tell you, technically,
and everybody was getting on the top of the rope.
When someone goes to the top ropes, the referee starts counting because you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
But they did that in NWA.
But after,
they could let you go outside the ring. You got outside the ring. The match is over.
After Tony Atlas, Ernie Ladd, I'll go with Booker T, and then I'll go probably Bobby Lashley. Now, to tell you the truth, I think Bobby's better than Booker. I hate to say it.
Athletically.
Athletically, I'll say Booker is better.
Yeah, Booker. Yeah.
Athletically, but as far as now, Booker fought better competition, of course.
Yeah.
But Bobby just hit that low where it says low in the second part. But Bobby I just don't know. I'm just thinking of him. I just know in any era he would have been in, he would have been spectacular. Now, Booker's tenure with his brother hurts him. And I know, like you say, you said Harlem Heat. We were talking about the best black tag teams of all time. You said Harlem Heat, and I told you they're nowhere near as good as Doom. They just wasn't. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed was them fools, man, if they would have doggone started out early together,
I thought
they would have been better than the Road Warriors. Just as good. Almost, they would have had the same run.
Later in Butch's career, right?
I feel like
later in the career.
Butch Lees was shot.
Yeah.
Ron was young. He was
young.
Yeah, but Butch Reed and Ron Simmons was
remember when
crazy
Ron Simmons
good.
What's his name, JBL?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of their moves and the way that they wrestled in
Yeah.
APA was because of
It was Doom. It was Doom. They was a second
They were
incarnation.
bullies,
Doom.
man.
And well, actually, when I watched them, and the first time I seen them, I was like, "This is Doom, man. They doing everything what Doom was doing."
Yeah.
And you know, and it kind of maybe, you know, I didn't even want to watch them. I was looking at them like, okay, yeah, they stole the Doom gimmick.
But that backstage segment, but when they
that was
Yeah.
class.
I mean, that's one thing that set them aside.
But yeah, that was incredible. But yeah, go ahead and talk about your favorite wrestler,
Oh
man.
man, I'm gonna change mine. Roman Reigns. Why y'all might ask? Because he's been the only person that could carry them from the pandemic. It was the worst time ever to what it is now. Y'all ain't give the man credit for that. I don't know.
That's all you got.
Hey, look, man, look, I give Roman a lot of credit. Man, he's
now,
look.
Now, but
Look.
he ain't talking about Roman like.
Oh look, I know
2013.
he had to build. I know he had to build up.
You better go watch that show, though.
He had,
Trust me.
look, he had to build himself up.
Seth was one.
But that still don't take away from his talent. And like I said, he ain't the most talented guy in the world, but the weaknesses that he does have, he makes up for it with his strength, the strength that he do have. It makes it seem just a simple spear from him makes it seem like he can do 3 or 4 other things that he can't do.
Yeah.
And that's what a good wrestler is to me.
Yeah.
It's somebody whose defense is so good that you don't even look like you're beating them when you're beating them. It's just like, it's kind of like a boxer. Like when somebody like Floyd Mayweather Jr. Sweet Pea Whitaker, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker was on defense, it still looked like they was beating you, even though they wasn't on the offensive. That they were still beating you because they could throw it off your attack, and that's what Roman is so good at. That when a wrestler is so good on defense that they can make the match look good, even though that they're losing.
He
They
took
make
that
it look good.
Run, boy, that
Man.
boy, that was the hardest spill I've ever seen
Yeah.
anybody take.
But-
I mean, ISO speed didn't even get hit that hard.
Yeah.
So slow.
They even go where he hit him.
That's what like
Yeah.
Ron trying to
this is an industry where everyone's trying to wrestle fast pace.
Yeah.
He deliberately slows his match.
Yeah. I mean,
Of
man,
course.
he's outstanding. And look, if he had a more of a work rate as far as wrestling more, and I know he had the leukemia thing that's going on and still doing his body. If he was wrestling more, I can easily see this guy moving into the top 10. Right now, I can, as far as talent wise, he's still probably top 20. You know, maybe like 13 or something like that. If I actually go down the list, and I'm talking about a lot of different wrestlers, I can actually put him up as far as modern day wrestlers since the 2000s. I definitely probably have him maybe about 10 or between 10 and 15. He's incredible, man. He's an incredible wrestler. And I even thought that even when they was trying to build him up, I'm like, man, there's something special about this guy.
Roman
Something special
definitely
about
was, because I do like Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I do like him though, but he is considered one of the. I can't say he's considered one of the best, but I do feel like it's others do overtake him.
I just didn't like him because when Vince just literally shoved him down.
Yeah,
the road,
but he
I
did
was
that
like,
with Cena the same
John
way.
Cena, that's what I'm saying. John Cena
Same
was too.
way.
And I remember he used to come over. I never forget when he came over with his first rap album. I mean, I was so sick. I wasn't even really watching wrestling. I was so sick of John Cena. I wasn't even watching it.
To me, the dynamic scene was more organic than the carbon copy of Hulk Hogan.
But somebody at that time while John Cena was being built up, who I thought was special, and I would turn on TV every now and then and I saw him, was Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy is.
Orton's
Yeah.
Youngest world heavyweight champion in history.
Yeah, I'm like, you do not have to push this dude. This dude just got it.
Natural.
Yeah, he
You know,
just got
Second
the look,
generation.
Yeah.
the look, the charisma.
Third generation.
Third,
generation.
But this John Cena guy, and I hate to say it, man, and he is the beginning. He is the beginning of what we have today. If you ask me, to the champion that they made champion, that they the manufactured champion. That's the kind of champion he
I
is.
still say
And
Hogan
he's the starting of course Hogan was.
Yeah, because they did the Hogan.
Of course he was.
He's the perfection of it.
Yeah, he was.
Hogan
But
was a prototype for what they totally would do with John Cena. They milk John
exactly.
Cena. They milking him right now.
Well,
last time.
Yeah, because with Cena though, from the Thugonomics era up to the first championship run, that was to me the most organic Cena he's going to get.
Yeah.
But then when they had to transition to Ruthless Aggression, PG, they had to make him like, we got to change this whole thing up.
Well, you can't come out and talk
Of course not, but still. But the way they put Cena like they did, that was forced. But I'm saying, like, there was a point in time I could not watch it. It's not because of relatability. It just, you can't force something like that.
Well, in fairness too, though, because I grew up in the Ruthless Aggression, and I didn't notice this as a kid, but looking back at it now, like Vince's back was against the wall. Like Rock went Hollywood. Yep. Austin's body was shot.
Oh yeah.
And then you had
Triple H.
I would say, and by all intents and purposes, Triple H was WWE. Yeah. But the problem is Triple H is a heel.
Yeah.
So you was like, that's why he came out to the mic and was like, I literally need somebody with. The whole thing was to, now obviously if Brock would have been up to speed or if Randy would have been up to speed, but Cena was just the guy. Cena was like right there. Like, this is my face.
I give you that. I give you that. Because at that time, they had no top face.
They had plenty of talent. The mid card was insane. Edge, Eddie, Jericho, Benoit, RVD.
And then it was super wrestling focused base.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that one character
to carry the company.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. No, just Teo next, but yeah, you want to go with some comments? Let me see my phone, man. Guys, like I say, hey, I don't know how much time I got on this thing left. But yeah, this thing is just going. We going and going and going and going and going. We appreciate each and every one of y'all coming on, rocking with us. Let's see. But let me check this. I definitely want to check this. Guys, give me a minute. I'm not gonna leave you, but I'm check my see how much power we got left on here.
He ain't got no power.
Oh, not much. So we're gonna go ahead and put that back up there, and we're gonna let Teo go ahead and roll with him, and then we're gonna get your comments, guys. And we're gonna get out of here. We just gotta go into my car, and I'm gonna get this thing on the power.
Go ahead, Teo.
They think we're gonna rob somebody.
That's what I was saying. What time is it?
10:22.
10:22. Okay, we got plenty of time, but I don't have much time unless we go on Chris's phone. We definitely can switch it over.
I'm on 11%.
11%. 11%. I'm 6%. But Teo, go ahead and talk about your favorite wrestler, man, and why he's your favorite wrestler.
Shawn Michaels, man. I mean,
Shawn Michaels, incredible, man.
The showstopper, man. I mean, I think I was telling y'all
just
earlier.
A sexy boy.
Yeah, boy.
There's just you could count on.
It's not your boy.
The song alone. That's what got him over.
That was crazy.
There's like, you can count on one hand, like I was telling y'all earlier, the amount of dudes that just have the ability to make every single person they work with better.
Right.
That's just a God-given talent. Like you can't, like there are great wrestlers, could work circles around guys.
Yeah.
But like Shawn was a guy that could do that and also make you look like you belong. And like to me, that's one reason. I know we talked about charisma, the aura that he had, man. I mean, we talk about Ric Flair. Right. I mean, at that time, you think about all the guys that departed, that jumped ship to WCW. Like Shawn Michaels was the aura of WWE.
Well, there's no doubt about it.
He was that guy.
When he first,
with him and Taker.
I was about to say,
him and Brett too.
Oh my God, you talking about one of the greatest rivalries of all time?
He was legit rivalry.
He became a solo wrestler, man, and when
all that started at the barbershop.
When he did that solo thing, he reminded me of a young Ric Flair, 100%.
I was
like, wow, I was like, wow, man, 100%. And Ric Flair says he's the greatest, and I mean, Ric Flair even put his over Ricky Steamboat. Yeah, so I'm like, come on, man. I know Rick is pumping him up because he's younger and everything. But I mean, he had everything.
Yeah,
man, I'm like, he had everything, man. He was another Flair in that ring, and I'm pretty sure Flair loved that. But yeah, as far as the charisma and everything that Flair had, now he wasn't a
draw as far as the champion as Flair. I think he was more of a draw without that title.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened when he actually got the title. Why something, they actually, as far as the pay-per-views went down a little bit when he was champion. I don't know why that happened.
His attitude, man.
But that and the scandal at that time.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, a lot of it was going away from WWE.
Yeah, I think it was at the wrong time. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's definitely the wrong time.
This is pre-attitude era. Like we're entering it. And I think that was the first time Vince saw what a tweener looked like.
Yeah,
because you can see it. You know what I mean? Like DX is a thing now. We're like, hold on. Now, I say Flair was the first one, and we just never addressed it.
Exactly. And one thing about the WWE, they did not have those fans anymore that used to watch Flair. Exactly. Now, if those fans would have saw him.
Oh, they would have jumped. They would have been right into
exactly.
it. Yeah.
He would have had a huge fan base because you had WWE fans. And he would have had the NWA fans and the AWA fans that you were watching.
But
all the fans, the NWA fans, mostly WCW fans, had just, jumped ship from wrestling. And so he didn't get to enjoy the benefit of those fans, but he would have been more popular. He would have been more popular than, I think, Austin and, I ain't going to say, Rock was so popular. Austin was too. But he would have, his popularity. Yeah, his popularity.
Sean and
he was part in the beginning.
Well, he was
in the very beginning.
But he was the Rock.
In between, especially like 99 and all of that. But
after there, he was done with the Rockers.
I mean, he was just now finishing up with the Rockers.
Finishing up the Rockers, it's in that new generation era.
Yeah.
When he was champion, new generation era. That's when all the scandals and the steroids scandals and stuff like that. And then of course,
he was kind of like buried a little bit. I mean, but actually, I think he was trying to figure out what he was going to do.
WrestleMania 2000, he was still at the forefront. Remember they had Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he was. At that time, he was.
That was WrestleMania 14.
That was 14. That was in Boston.
And that's all I'm saying. Like that was what? That
but like
2 years before the back injury.
No, he already had the back injury.
He already had the injury, and that's what got him.
But I'm saying like 96. I'm talking about like the mid '90s. They had him like he was in that little faction league, like he was like coming up, DX.
Yeah.
And he really
coming out the clique.
Yeah, they really didn't have him at the forefront yet. He was like, you could see it coming.
Everybody was like,
and Brett leaving was the opportunity.
Yeah. Stone Cold on the rise. And everybody, and they were struggling to fight for position. Of course.
I still to this day stand on it. If Sean's back doesn't go out, he's the top guy in that company. Man. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I love Brock. I love Austin. But I think
when his back went out, I was upset.
All because of their casket match, he wrestled with him.
I feel so bad.
And the worst was the Hell in a Cell match.
Share that in common too. And like most of our favorite wrestlers' careers are kind of like Rock did Hollywood, Sean's back went out, Austin's body gave out.
Rick was a lot muscular because he was not a bodybuilder, but he was a power lifter, and I think that helped him out.
So he broke his back.
Yeah, he broke his back, and then he had to start doing another thing. But he was so bulky, he was so strong before that because he used to bench over 500. He was benching with Tony Atlas. Yeah, he was just solid. Yeah, he was benching with Tony Atlas.
He wouldn't even cut.
But
he was
also you think about this too as well. The type of style of wrestling is different too. Because you think about it, the wrestlers like how Flair lasted so long. The way they wrestled was different. The way how Austin and Rock wrestled, they were a bit more faster paced. There was more stuff going on. Career got more short. Now you look at the talent now. Yeah, they may be faster, athletic, stronger and stuff, but the stuff they're doing, it's shorting their careers too.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry,
there's also like you're leaving a big element of that. Wrestlers had to do. They're a lot more healthier. You didn't have all this pain management and stuff. You just had to medicate however you could.
Yeah, back in the day.
But also to still go back to the way you wrestle. Because like I said, see, Flair lasted that long because his stuff was simple. He wasn't doing all the crazy high risk stuff. He did it when it matters the most. He wasn't no high flying risk wrestler.
And he got that crossbody off. I remember only one time that was at WrestleMania.
Ric Flair used to do a lot back. Like I say, you didn't see him back in the '70s, back in the mid '70s.
he used to do a lot of high flying stuff. Like as far as he had the best. He got the highs. I still haven't seen anybody get as high as far as Ric Flair bouncing off the rope coming up with an elbow smash. That Joker used to be. You can say he was like Jordan. That Joker would get about 48. He would get a 48-inch vertical, come down and drop with the elbow on you. And he would jump. He would go come off that top rope and dive on you outside of the ring. Not dive on you, but hit you with the elbow. They didn't do that. They didn't dive on you and try to catch you and stuff like that. But he did a lot of stuff back in the mid 70s that he stopped doing later on. Because
he was a whole other person.
Yeah.
That was like Hogan.
They don't play that.
Hogan, like Hogan,
man. In Japan, you gotta work for it. Like that crowd is going.
I heard about Hogan wrestling mood in Japan, bro.
Doing cartwheels out of the arm, drop kicks.
I saw it actually when he had.
I was like, what is that?
But I already had
Steve
knew.
Austin the same way.
Yeah,
Steve Austin in
but
Japan.
again,
Well,
different places, different styles.
But Steve Austin, I was a huge fan of Stunning Steve Austin. Stunning Steve Austin was a technical wrestler, a great technical wrestler.
Him and Double J.
He
had some good.
He was outstanding as a technical wrestler. Chris didn't like him. Chris didn't even know he was the United States champion. He never had a United States championship.
But again, of course,
all I remember the TV title.
Yeah,
and of course, and again, of course, change the character, change the style of wrestling. But more people are more familiar with Stone Cold, but the brawling style, and you still see the technical stuff in there too. But he'll go in there and do some technical moves and stuff like that.
Very quick and very limited. Yeah. If you blink, you might miss it.
Well, that's the thing about Vince McMahon. He changed everybody, man. As far as if you was a star, he changed everybody from from what they did technically to he was just kicking punch. Yeah. And I mean, even Bruno Sammartino, he was just kicking punch with Bruno Sammartino. Now,
look at the guys who only could be technical with it, like Regal.
Yeah,
Regal might be one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time.
Kurt Angle was an anomaly with his though.
And Kurt was a mix of amateur too. Yeah. Kurt got away with it.
But what's his name? Bray Wyatt's dad, Mike Rotundo. Well, outside of Dory Funk Jr. Dory Funk Jr. was the best I've ever seen. Dory Funk was the best I ever seen do it. But Mike Rotundo was an incredible technical wrestler. But it took away from what he did because they wasn't going to push that. They just wasn't. But yeah, let me go. All right, guys, we definitely appreciate each and every one of you come on. Chris, if you want to go ahead and get some of the comments before we leave out of here. But we appreciate each and every one of you coming on here, rocking with us 100%. And
Jordan Payne came in, man. He said, "Fly Eagles fly." That's my man, Jordan. Jordan also said Chris is number 30 in the Rumble next year, and Harry is 31. Jordan also said Sting was his favorite wrestler. Also,
Sting, big
he
time.
said also the prototype, LOL. And he said, and he also said Mode is terrible. His music is the only thing he's got going for him.
Who? Moose. Okay, Moose. Okay, Moose.
That's all
Moose.
And then Jordan Payne said Bobby who?
Hold on. I'm gonna say this one more time. Bobby Lashley, Walking Armageddon, the Dominator, the Destroyer, the greatest black champion of all time is the GOAT. Remember it. Remember it.
I ain't gonna say no GOAT now.
Look, he's the GOAT. Remember
it. Pro Wrestler Shady said Booker's the best black wrestler.
There we go.
And Pro Wrestler Shady said D'Lo Brown was nasty with it too. Yeah, he was.
D'Lo was nasty.
He was. Alma Clark says, "What's up, Harry and Christopher? Man, how y'all doing this evening? I'm doing pretty good. Resting up. Eating pizza with curly fries. Still coughing.
Okay.
That was bad, but prayers needed.
All right. You definitely got our prayers on.
Mac says, "Hey, Alma, hang in there, sending prayers." Alma says, "Thanks, Mac. My favorite wrestler is Kerry Von Erich B90."
There we go.
That's great.
Von Erich.
The Texas Tornado.
Oh yeah.
Von Erich, man.
All right. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you coming in. And usually we always call out your names, but right now we don't have the time. But we love you, appreciate you.
And hit that like, and hit that All right, guys, we're back. But hey, sorry about that. We cut off on Harry's, man. But we're back, guys. We're getting ready to get up out of here. But thanks, Magnum, Jordan Payne, Salsa, Christine Saucy Girl, Alma Clark, Pro Wrestling Shorty, Braden, Lucas. Who else was in? Marquine McQueen was in here on Facebook, man. Mike Savage was in here. Braden. Who else was in here? Dottie Larson. Oh wow, my girl Dottie Larson says she's obsessed with The Rock and Rock and Roll Express. All right, Dottie. Thomas McClure was in here, man. Thomas McClure was on there on Facebook. We got a lot of people here on Facebook, man. But guys, we're getting ready to get out of here. The place is about to shut down, so we're getting ready to get out of here. Y'all be easy. Stay straight up. Peace.